Now, there's a difference between breastfed and formula fed babies. Babies who are formula fed do not really need to take vitamin D because you've already got vitamin D in the formula feed. And so basically you see your formula feed being advertised as fortified with minerals and vitamins. So usually you'd expect about 200 to 400 units of vitamin D in your formula feed, which means especially if your baby is taking more than 500 mils of formula feed a day, then it's not necessary to top up with vitamin D. However, if you're breastfed, your baby is relying on the nutrients from the mother. If the mother has got insufficient intake of vitamin D, you expect that the baby also has insufficient intake of vitamin D for the breastfeed. So all mothers who are breastfeeding should be feeding the babies at least between 200 to 400 units of vitamin D. Now, how do I get my vitamin D for a breastfed baby? Simple. Vitamin D is also available in the form of supplements. For example, you can buy Dalivit or Abidec drops. All you need is to give your baby 1 drop a day. And through that 1 drop a day, your baby is getting sufficient amounts of vitamin D. Now, if your baby is not getting sufficient amount of vitamin D, you'd expect fatigue. There's also a risk of low immunity, where your baby will be getting recurrent infections such as coughs and colds. Your baby can later go on to develop a condition known as rickets, which is due to vitamin D deficiency, and children can present with bow legs, as we saw back in the 50s and 60s. And this is when formula feed started to become fortified with vitamin D, because a lot of children back then were developing rickets, which was deficiency of vitamin D. So I would recommend that for pregnant women, you can take between 400 to 1,000 units of vitamin D. You can even stretch as much as 2,000 units, especially for women who are dark-skinned, such as your Black or Asian ethnic minorities, because dark-skinned women have melanin in most cases, which prevents you to have that maximum absorption of vitamin D. So you're probably absorbing half the vitamin D as someone who's Caucasian or fair-skinned will be absorbing if exposed to the same amount of sunlight. Breastfed babies ideally should be taking between 200 to 400 units of daily vitamin D, which you can take through your vitamin D supplements such as your Abidec or your Dalivit drops. I hope you find this video useful. Please share and subscribe to my channel.